Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Pauline Verzosa. President Bongbong Marcos reiterated that our country is not waging war with China despite the recent harassment incidents in the West Philippine Sea. Addressing the Army's 10th Infantry Division in Mawab, Davao de Oro, President Marcos insisted that we only want to defend ourselves from external threats. The president said this after China accused us of starting a conflict in the West Philippine Sea. China recently claimed that Filipino soldiers stationed at BRP Sierra Madre pointed their guns at the China Coast Guard on May 19. The Armed Forces of the Philippines refuted this allegation. Former Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio said the mention of the Treaty of Paris in President Bongbong Marcos' speech in Singapore is a major policy statement. In his speech at the Shangri-La Dialogue last week, Marcos referred to the Treaty of Paris and Treaty of Washington as the basis of the country's territorial scope. Carpio said in an interview with Storycon that PBBM statement is factually, legally, and historically correct. With this, Carpio said this should be our narrative now against China's territorial claims.
This is the first time there is such a declaration by the president.
Yes.
The president is the chief architect of foreign policy. This involves foreign policy now. So all our embassies, consulates should echo this now. This should be our narrative.
OCTA Research Fellow Ranjit Rai shares insights on their latest survey about China. Because in their latest poll, 91% of Filipinos distrust China. Here's an excerpt from his interview on The Big Story.
Where can we attribute yung pagtaas ng distrust ng Pilipino towards China? Of course, there's the issue of West Philippine Sea, pero meron din kasing mga issue on spies and pogos.
Well, it could be all of that. We didn't ask why in our surveys, but definitely a lot of it has to do with the tension, the tensions in the West Philippine Sea between the Philippines and China. And you have to understand that when you look at the survey data on trust, and you look at the survey data on support for the administration's actions, or response in the West Philippine Sea, they all happened during the Marcos administration. Specifically, July 20. The numbers increased in July of 2023. For example, when we talk about support for the Marcos administration's response in the West Philippine Sea, largely because the media was included. There was more information. The media was there to take videos of the harassment, and I think a lot of people became more aware.
Lumalabas din that mataas ang suporta ng public sa approach ng Marcos administration na maging mas aggressive sa West Philippine Sea, pero hindi sila precisely pabor na puro violence lang at gulo ang nagyayari. Gusto nila meron ding diplomacy track. Can you tell us more about this insight? Kasi ang lumalabas parang nasa Class D and Class E yung mga nagbigay ng ganyang grade o punto. What can you tell us about that?
Okay, interesting. Although we don't have data shown to the public here, but we asked everyday Filipinos, our kababayans, if you were given a list of measures to prioritize, what would you what do you think should government prioritize to resolve the conflict in the West Philippine Sea? And the top three are: number one, 7 out of 10 Filipinos say we should assert our rights in the West Philippine Sea. That's an important point. Assert our rights in the West Philippine Sea by expanding naval patrols and troop deployment in the area. We're already doing that. Number two, we should obviously have a dual track, not just of expanding our military presence in the area, but also ensuring that we utilize all diplomatic and peaceful means to resolve the conflict. That's at 70%, 72%, yeah. And third, the top three kasi yan, the third is to modernize the armed forces.
We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. Well, be sure to carry an umbrella if you're heading out today, as there is a high probability of rain in most parts of the country. The southwest monsoon remains in effect, bringing cloudy skies with scattered rain showers to the western sections of Luzon and Visayas. This affects Metro Manila, Ilocos Region, Cordillera Administrative Region, Zambales, Bataan, Pampanga, and Bulacan. Likewise, in Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Western Visayas, Zamboanga Peninsula, Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi are affected. Rainfall is also possible in other parts of the country due to localized thunderstorms. Residents in Canlaon City, Negros Oriental are struggling to get clean water after their source was contaminated with lahar from the Canlaon volcano. The local government confirmed that the lahar from the Canlaon volcano eruption reached their spring. That is why they are calling the national government to help them provide clean and potable water to residents. Health authorities warned that drinking water contaminated with lahar can cause gastrointestinal issues.
If contaminated ng lahar or sulfur po ang tubig, most likely magkakaroon ng GI problem, no? Gastrointestinal problem like LBM, no? Loose bowel movement, most likely will lead to dehydration.
Nanotechnology is no longer just something you hear about in Iron Man's suit. A company in the Philippines is now using this technology in a product that supposedly reduces the heat from the sun in our homes. Mobile Journal Francis Orsho has this story.
Kapag mainit ang panahon, tambay na lang sa loob ng bahay. Yun nga lang, kung minsan mainit at maalinsangan pa rin kahit nasa bahay ka na. Pero ang problemang yan, may solusyon na sa tulong ng siyensya. Kahit nagsimula na ang tag-ulan, wala pa rin tayong takas sa init. Kita yan sa nagtataasang heat index sa iba't ibang lugar sa bansa na pumapalo pa rin sa danger level o higit 42 degrees Celsius. Sa tulong ng siyensya, isang Filipino company na Trendway Builders ang ipinagmamalaki ngayon ang natatangi nilang produkto para maibsan ang init, ang nanotechnology glass coating. Ano naman kaya yan?
Nakaka-block na siya ng pagpasok ng init at saka ng UV rays into our homes. So nagiging mas komportable at mas malamig ang pakiramdam natin sa ating mga bahay-bahay.
Liquid base ang nanocoat solution nila. Ina-apply o inilalagay ito sa mga glass panel tulad ng pinto, bintana o pader na gawa sa salamin. Kaya nitong maharang ang pagpasok ng init at ultraviolet rays na dahilan ng pag-init ng isang kwarto o silid.
Yung room daw na may air conditioning na wala pang nanocoat, 28 degrees Celsius. Tapos pumunta po siya sa adjacent room na naka-nanocoat na po pero naka-off yung aircon. Ang temperature daw niya is 25 degrees Celsius. It's even lower.
Sa Japan daw nagmula ang ganitong teknolohiya at dinala sa Pilipinas isang dekada na ang nakalilipas. Nakipagtulungan ang eksperto sa likod ng nanocoat solutions sa De La Salle University at Department of Science and Technology para sa pagsusuri at pag-aaral. Sa ngayon, ang Trendway Builders pa lang ang nag-o-offer ng ganito sa Pilipinas. At masasabi raw na mas mababa ang presyo ng ganitong teknolohiya kumpara sa mga nakagawi ang anti-heat solution na idinidikit lang sa salamin.
Actually, mas mababa pa po yung price ng nanocoat compare sa film o sa tint by I would say 30 to 40%. Not only is it more economical in terms of price, yung useful life po ng product, umaabot po siya ng mga 10 years.
Sa mas umiinit na panahon, talaga nga namang welcome ang ganitong solusyon. Pero higit pa sa pagtanggap sa mga ganitong imbensyon, ang responsibilidad natin na pangalagaan ang mundo para maiwasan ang mas matinding epekto ng climate change. Mobile journalist Francis Orsho po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
And those are the top stories of the hour. But join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.